everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of the 1/6 pack. I'm Trevor. That's Tom. That's TJ. Our socials are to the left, I believe. So follow us there if you want. Make sure you subscribe. Get notifications that we're going to be on live. And, you know, at a certain time, and then we'll change it on you at the last minute. All right, so tonight we got brews and news as usual. Then we're going to go into a discussion which is going to be about the Ultimate Avengers team in terms of 1/6. And I got thinking about this because I'll let the cat out of the bag. I ordered Doctor Strange the other day. Like,
yes,
I know. Like, it's
the best news.
It's slippery slope now, man. It's downhill. So now I figure like I got to have a team. And we'll get to some of the new Avengers release
orders because every figure has been dropping from Hot Toys right now.
Exactly. But it got me thinking about which ones I'd want to pick up for just to have, because I'm not. It's not like Star Wars. Like I'm going to have 4 of every cap. And
you mean not yet?
Well, all right. We'll put it that way. Not yet.
You have 4 Anakins, so there's no doubt in my mind you'll have 4 actually good characters at one point.
Well, I'll have, if I get another cap, I'll have 3 caps. So I guess I really can't.
There you go. And you're already talking about getting the scale mail cap.
Oh, that's totally happening. Yeah, that's totally happening. I got a little thunder going on here. Hopefully my power doesn't go out.
You have thunder. I have airplanes. TJ has dogs.
Multiple dogs.
All right, so before we get into the news, let's talk about the brews. I'm gonna start. I again try to theme things. This is from Long Trail Brewing Company. They're in Vermont, and this is an IPA with hops from Australia and the West Coast, like Portland area, I guess. And it's called Limbo.
Ooh,
IPA.
I know why.
Why?
I'm not gonna say.
Oh, no spoiler. No. It was more like we're in limbo because we can't talk about. And
Gotcha. Okay.
Everyone's in limbo. Everybody's seen it, or at least most people have seen it, and we can't all talk about it for 2 weeks. So we're in limbo.
That is the proper way to do it out there in the world. Don't talk about Endgame publicly for at least 2 weeks.
Correct.
Give people a chance.
Correct.
TJ, what are you drinking?
I actually drank all of my beer right after Endgame, but here's a picture of what I drank.
Dark. I love it.
Purple haze on tap.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. If you turn the phone sideways, does beer come out of it? Because that would be really cool.
I tried. It doesn't.
Ah, fuck.
Do you remember when phone apps were like brand new and there was that beer that you could like fake drink beer?
Totally.
I had that on my phone for like a minute.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
It's dumb.
All right, Tom, what do you got for us?
All right. So I will, full disclosure, I did go out to the store to try to get something a little better themed for today. Then they made an announcement that their credit card machine was down. I was like, well, I'm leaving because I don't carry cash. But I did have backup beer in the fridge, of course, and I did kind of think it was perfectly themed for something else.
Okay.
It is Golden Road Brewery, which is here in LA, and it's the Wolf Pup Session. And I figured because Game of Thrones is big right now,
nice.
We're all about that House Stark.
There you go.
So we got the Wolf Pup.
Beautiful.
It's a session.
Nicely done. Yeah, it's not all about Endgame. It doesn't have to all be about Endgame.
But this is really weak, actually, now that I'm looking at it. I should not be drinking this. 4.5% is not something I want. Did we lose?
Trevor?
I think we lost Trevor. I think we lost the host.
Uh-oh. It's on you now, man.
No, it's actually really funny because I'm watching YouTube live, yet
You see him?
I don't see him. No, I don't see us either chatting. I don't know what happened. We actually, now it's us chatting. Okay, we might have lost Trevor, everybody out there, because of, as he was saying, he was having some thunder and lightning and everything frightening. Galileo. So we might have lost him. I don't know what to do because I don't have the show notes.
These live shows are not.
No, this was kind of a impromptu live show. I think You were actually at the movie theater when Trevor announced that he wanted to do a live show.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
All right. I don't know what the hell happened there.
Oh, he's back. There we go. Nice.
That was very odd. Yeah, it just blanked out, and I don't know if it was. I'm not really. I am plugged in, but it wasn't the storm. The computer didn't go out. I don't think, unless it was the internet. So
we have a spoiler person in the comment section on YouTube just dropping spoilers for Endgame. So
seriously,
we might want to just end the live stream because if that's what's going to happen, I don't want things to be spoiled for people.
Can we just boot him?
I don't know. I'm not logged in as Xclue.
All right, let me see.
That's kind of
talking about
dirty. I'm going to report him actually right now.
All right, he's blocked.
I just blocked him too.
Good.
All right, Xclue's blocked. All right, I don't know if everybody else has to block them by themselves, but
I think that will be in the conversation. Unfortunately, the conversation history. I think.
Yeah, that's nice. Thanks.
Which is 2 giant plot points right there.
Yeah,
pretty major.
Yeah, I would say the 2 biggest major things.
Well,
there was a few.
Not unknown, but yeah, okay.
I think the less we talk about it, probably the better. But yeah,
yes, absolutely.
Are we doing any Hot Toys Endgame figure discussions tonight?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
I just want to get your opinion on what you think is coming out next.
All right. Well, let's get back to it. Douchebags aside. I'm like behind here. I don't know what's going on. Okay, there we go. All right, sorry, kids. All right, brews and news. We've done the brews. Let's get on to the news. And yeah, we got a lot to talk about here. Big week. Course. We're talking about Endgame. So we're talking about Hawkeye, Ronin. What do we think? This sculpt looks. At first, I looked at it and I was like, it's good, but there's something off. And now the more I look at it, I'm like, wow.
How in the world did you think something was off with this?
I don't know. I don't know if it was the angle. It wasn't this angle. I think this is the one I saw where I went, I think I'm wrong. Because this looks dead on. This looks amazing.
Yeah, I have a giant Avengers collection. Avengers was like my main focus, and there's 2 Avengers which I never bought from the first movie or anything like that, and that's Black Widow and Hawkeye. And Hawkeye mainly because I always wanted him with a good costume or something. I never really thought he had like a great costume. Yeah. And Black Widow I just never was a huge fan of personally. But the second I saw this Hawkeye, I'm like, well, I guess I'm adding a Hawkeye to my collection because this figure looks insanely good. And the deluxe, you get the Ronin suit, you get the regular Hawkeye suit. It's awesome.
Yeah, it looks damn good. TJ, what do you think?
I'm buying all of them, man.
Yeah,
all of them. I found a new store that gets Hong Kong releases for much cheaper.
Really?
Nice. Yeah. I can share it later if you guys are interested.
I was going to say you're going to be sharing that with me later for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this looks great, and again, no spoilers, but I really liked Hawkeye a lot better in this movie than
me too.
Any other movie.
So I watched this week. I watched all the Avengers movies, including Civil War, because it's technically 2.5. Mm-hmm. And I will say, I actually really like Age of Ultron the more I watch it. But my least favorite part of Age of Ultron was Hawkeye. And I will tell you that Endgame completely flips the entire script. I'm like, I came out of there being like, fucking Hawkeye is awesome. I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
So I'm excited.
He was great. Yeah. He was great. So we got the 2 looks here, and this is not spoiler because they've already put this out, but this is the Ronin look. I don't know why this is going so slow. Apologize. Coming out Q2 2020. I think most of them are, right? Most of these Endgame figures about the same.
Major rudeness, I think.
What's that?
I said that's a major rudeness. I have to wait like a year and a half for these.
I know, it's a killer, man. That's the thing. By the time you get it, there's something else out that you want. Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the game. So, I mean, that's where we are.
Yeah, and I mean, I understand. Knowing people that work on toys and stuff like that, it takes about a year production kind of thing to kind of get these things kind of going. And because there's so much secrecy in the Marvel movies, they're not going to give that stuff to Hot Toys to work on until they're so close to, the movie actually coming out.
Because
we've actually been seeing leaks coming out of Hot Toys recently. You know.
Yeah. And you got Chinese factories and things like that making
Yep.
this stuff. There's no way that's not going to be leaked.
But they've been teasing us so much. Well, not teasing us. They've been giving us such like treats this past year with some of the Marvel figures, where we've been seeing a lot slated for like September and October of this year that were going up for pre-order like a month ago. Like Captain Marvel, I think she comes out in October or something, right?
Yeah.
Which
is really fast. I'm really surprised that these are a year out. But I mean, that's what they state, because they're better at it than other people, and they will put those ahead, down the line. And if they come out early, they come out early. You could
unless it's Justice League, which we might not ever see those figures.
or that.
Yeah.
or we may never give it to you.
Sure.
Yeah. So for me, I don't need this Ronin look. I don't know.
I need it. I need it so much.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I'm so excited. I'm already thinking, because he's got the sword. I'm like, him with like Alita is going to be badass back to back, kind of like fighting in the streets of like a fake Tokyo-esque kind of.
Yeah, photography wise, I think it would be cool.
Even just like in the shelf, I think it would look really cool. Like I really like, so if you know the comic costume, he's full masked in the comics, but they actually did the bottom part with that piece that kind of goes over like this, that gold trim, which just looks so good.
Yeah.
I'm really digging it.
TJ, you getting the full on Ronin or
all of them?
One of each.
One of each.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I see this. We're going to get into this. This is kind of what made me think of the discussion that we're going to have, is getting that. I mean, you guys are full into the Marvel now, so Tom, you said you don't have a Hawkeye and you don't have a Black Guy.
But I do have him on pre-order now.
Right, but you get the Hawkeye. I mean, if you want to display him as Hawkeye in the shelf, you can display him as Hawkeye. I get it. I almost always go for the DX or the extra stuff that comes with something, just because for another $20-$30 you can have a lot more looks. But I don't know. I'm trying to temper myself, because I don't want to do this, and yet I'm going to probably. I don't know about Hawkeye. I'm gonna have to. We'll talk about that later. But so
it looks like there's space for Hawkeye.
What's that?
I think you have space for Hawkeye.
I see some space back there too, Trevor. I think you could easily fit them. Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's no space. Let me tell you what. Sitting over here on this side is a pile of boxes that I have.
Where there's a will, there's a space. Come on, you can do it. I know you can. Break down those boxes. That's it.
Break down walls is what I got to do.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. Good, nice segue. Yeah, I mean, this looks great. I mean, I don't know. 243 for the right, 274. That's all right. Yeah, it's about $30. So
yeah, it's a deluxe. You're getting a lot with them. I mean, a lot of stuff that I will never ever even use. If you go back to, I mean, you can't go back to the previous shot, I don't think. But it had like all those like tiny little, like these look like tips of arrows or shurikens or something. Yeah,
they're showing some of those too. He's got some ninja stars and things like that and stuff.
Those are like, how Deadpool comes with the little things that kind of go up here. Like those just live in a bag somewhere. I never.
Yeah. On my plastic box that I never take stuff out of.
But everything up there on the top, that exclusively in the deluxe version, that's money to me. Like I gladly pay the extra $30 for that stuff.
All right. Damn you. Let us know. Anybody's still watching after all that?
Maybe we still have a couple of people.
Okay.
I have a question. Do you guys think that mask piece is just something that fits over the head sculpt, or is that a sculpt all on its own?
That's an excellent question. I believe that fits over the face.
It looks that way to me.
Yeah. I think they would have mentioned two different sculpts, and I don't
Yeah.
remember seeing anything about that. So
I think it's going to be like Star-Lord's magnetic kind of clip-on helmet piece.
Yeah. Yep. All right. That's one down. And next up, we got War Machine. So no unhelmeted. Have we had a Don Cheadle unhelmeted sculpt?
Yes. No.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Oh no, we got the
just the
face mask off.
That's all that's ever been.
Yeah.
In any of the War Machines.
Well, so technically, I don't know if this is true enough, because I only have the Mark I, the diecast one.
Mm-hmm.
The Civil War armor should have the helmet coming off because that's how it looks when he's staying next to Tony. I don't know if the figure actually does that, but it should be that way.
Yeah. Anybody recall that in the comments, or if you've got it, let us know, because I don't remember ever seeing an unmasked full-on Don Cheadle head, but I could be wrong.
I definitely haven't seen pictures of him yet, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
So the light up function in the mask, so that I don't know how this works. How does this flip up mask work then? Not having had one of these, the lighting is all in the mask part because the sculpt is right underneath that, right? It's not two different heads.
It should be two different. I mean, that's how.
Really?
I have the Mark III. It's two different heads.
Yeah, I have the Mark 7. It's two different heads.
Okay, all right, that's a whole different story. I was going to say that's some engineering right there. If they got lighting in the mask itself.
Yeah, right. Like some tiny little LEDs just into the faceplate.
I mean, they exist, but I couldn't imagine the wiring for Hot Toys to be, that intricate.
Cost a lot of moolah too, I'm sure, for the tiny little details.
Exactly. Okay, so that's two different sculpts. It's really odd that they just give you the flip up mask and not a unhelmeted. Really weird.
Lenny Hugh in the chat has said that there's never been a full unmasked Don Cheadle.
Yeah, thank you, Lenny.
I have a question for you guys.
Knowledge every week with schooling me on the I can't remember what the hell he was he brought the people who made the that really good Indiana Jones jacket. That was 2 weeks ago.
Excuse me.
Excuse you.
I
don't know. I don't know about this sculpt, man. I mean, I guess it's there. It's weird to see it like that, so it's hard to tell if that's very accurate or not. But
do you think? I mean, so in the trailers and stuff like that we've seen. So because I want to bring up something, not a spoiler, because it's in the first trailer, it's on the movie poster, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. There's a War Machine armor that is not this War Machine armor.
Correct.
And I think we all were expecting that to be the War Machine, right, from this movie. And then all of a sudden, I think the first time I even knew that this War Machine armor was going to be this movie was when Hot Toys dropped these pictures.
Yeah.
So that was kind of more of a spoiler than anything else.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you foresee there being another secondary War Machine for this movie, or is this the only one we're going to get?
Well, see, now this is a tough question. And TJ, if you want to weigh in, my take on it is War Machine doesn't sell as well as Iron Man, so I don't know if they'd come out with two different War Machines. There's going to be more War Machines. Oh, maybe not. Spoiler, not. Anyway, somebody will be War Machine, whether or not it's Don Cheadle or not, we don't know. But I don't know. I don't know that. Who knows? I don't know. It's another armor. So, I mean, they sell, but I don't think War Machine sells like Iron Man. Iron Man, people just have Iron Man collections. So,
I think if you have an Iron Man collection, though, you probably also collect War Machine. I mean, I would assume. I think that most people that I know that collect Iron Man love War Machine.
Well, in that case, maybe. TJ, what do you think?
I'm 50-50 on that. I think War Machine sells pretty well.
I thought so too.
Not Iron Man well, but like it does sell. Like if you try to get a War
there's
Machine,
only been a few. Like there's a handful comparison, and I don't think I've ever seen them like linger on Sideshow or anything like that for too long. Like they sell out.
4 or 5 total, if you include the Iron Patriot.
You including the Hot Rod too?
I didn't even know about that one. There's a War Machine Hot Rod.
Yeah, it's like has flames going up his legs.
I remember the movie. I can't remember the figure.
No, he's not. The Hot Rod was not for the movies. It was just Hot Toys did like a one-off. For
I definitely don't remember that.
I'll send it to you later.
It's okay.
Before we get off War Machine, I'm just going to say, I think Cuba Gooding Jr. would have been a better War Machine than Don Cheadle. I love Don
Cuba Gooding Jr. wasn't even in the first movie. You're talking about Terrence Howard.
Oh, I'm sorry, Terrence Howard. Yeah, you're right.
I 100% agree with you. But
I forget who the hell.
Let's not confuse our actors here. Yes, Terrence.
I forgot it was Terrence Howard. I'm sorry, Terrence.
A lot alike.
You're watching. It's basically my argument is I love Don Cheadle as an actor. Love him. Like in everything else he's been in, I love him. I don't love him in this role. I don't know why. I don't. Maybe they're not giving him enough to do. Maybe they're not writing it right. His lines. I don't know. Something about him that's just lacking for me.
I feel like Terrence Howard. Sorry, TJ.
He needs his own Disney show.
That would be awesome. I would actually love. I would watch a War Machine show, hands down.
Yeah.
I would say. I think Terrence Howard, though, actor-wise, if you watch Iron Man 1 versus any of the other Iron Man movies or anything that Don Cheadle's been in, he seemed to have more of a individual personality, where Don Cheadle's portrayal seemed more just to be sidekick to Stark, where I don't know.
I think that's my issue. I think he had a little more, yeah, exactly, like his own personality. Yeah, and he's always been, either, hey, come on, Tony, or okay, Tony. Like, I don't know, just no. Even when he was opposed to Tony, he wasn't really that harshly opposed to Tony. I mean, he owed him a lot, I guess, but whatever. He
even kind of had that Stark sense of humor, which Terrence Howard didn't. He had his own kind of dictation with his humor in a way that made it seem separate. I don't know. It does seem like Don Cheadle's playing off of. Yeah,
he seemed more hotshot pilot type of guy. I don't know. Anyway, don't dislike it. It's fine. It's just it's interesting to think about what it would have been like.
I'm just glad I'm not the only person to think that. So thank you.
Oh, I'm glad you think that. Okay, good. 369. This is becoming the norm. I'm not an Iron Man collector, so I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's creeped up a little bit from.
It's a lot cheaper than Iron Man, but yeah.
Some of them, I guess. Yeah.
Well, the new ones from 50 to 85, which I don't understand the number jump, but still. I
don't get that either.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the 900 on this means either. I'm not really sure what the hell that is. Does anybody know? Was that his plane?
No, it's not 900. It's 6. It's the Mark 6.
Oh, it's
006.
Damn it!
That was cute though. I like that. The 900.
If you're sitting on his lap, which I'm picturing myself doing.
Oh, okay. So what you're saying is you don't want Don Cheadle in the War Machine armor because you want him to be daddy at home kind of deal. I get it.
Well, now you got weird. I was just like,
you're the one talking about sitting on his lap.
A picture, a selfie, War Machine comes. I'm looking at him. It's like, what's the 900? And the guy goes, dude, it's 006. You're looking.
Okay, let me just say, I never want to take a selfie with you if your idea of selfie is sitting on someone's lap.
You're supposed to be looking at it like this, like my thigh, like that, instead of like this. Like what's the,
Or we could just not look like
put the little line underneath it to make sure everybody knows it's a 6. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think you're the only person I've ever heard call the 900. Lenny wants to know which one of us said that. It was Trevor. Lenny
about that in the Hot Toys thing is like, and I don't know. Listen. I'm not an Iron Man War Machine aficionado. I don't know this armor. I couldn't tell you a Mark IV from a Mark VI. Okay. So I looked at it and it's like 9. I mean, what do we got? 85 now for. What the hell does that mean?
Or 85 for the engineer. Do you think the guy who gets his armor from the other guy is going to somehow surpass him by 800 times?
No, but he's got the military. Doesn't he have isn't there a Air Force mark on his other leg there? Isn't that what that is?
Yeah. He's more Air Force, but the Air Force isn't the people who's building his armor for him.
Well, no, but he's more government owned basically than
Iron Man. But then if it were like in the MCU government kind of designed armor or something like that, and it was the number 900, it would be definitely more blocky and less.
Well, what I was thinking is maybe that's some sort of reference to his military life. That's all. I don't.
Okay.
Like if I forgive it and realize that the military, the Air Force symbol was facing that same way, and if you read it top to bottom, I would have understood it was 006, but whatever. I'm the asshole.
I didn't say it.
All right, moving on. All right.
I'm very intrigued for the conversation that goes on with this.
Totally loving this uniform.
Yeah, it's great.
This is
the material is very much the material from the Infinity War suit.
Is it?
Yeah. It's so if I were to bust out
armor?
No, sorry. The material, if you look at his pants.
Oh, yeah, right? Yeah.
Okay, you see how it's like a little shiny, kind of in a way? Mm-hmm. The Civil War Captain America, which is the same colorway as this Captain America, is more cloth. It's more of like a textured kind of canvas. where it's more of like that rubbery kind of suit. So I think it will have a little bit more give, maybe. I don't know in terms of flexibility, but I do like that about it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I have the first Avenger Iron Man, and it's pretty much immobile. So I'm pretty much expecting this to be immobile as well.
Oh no, he should be pretty mobile.
You think so?
Yeah, they've done really well. I don't know, and TJ, back me up on this. I feel like the latest iterations of Cap have been very flexible.
Yeah.
Infinity War and Concept Cap. Right? You got the concept one.
Yeah.
Tom? Yeah.
Yep, I do. Yeah. Concept Cap is great.
Okay, that's good. I mean, first Avenger, I can barely get him in a crouch or anything like that. It's just like it's not happening.
Yeah, I think that since then, because I mean, I have Avengers 1 Cap, and that suit is limiting just based on how tight it is.
Yeah.
Which never mind, I won't even say that. But yeah, there's some great moments from last night's movie. But
There you go. Yeah.
yeah, but the new stuff seems to they have a good design sense with it, where the arms are not attached to this piece, so you can kind of still move them up and down. The legs have some good give.
I want to beg Hot Toys to, like, I don't even care about authenticity in terms of this, but this was my thought with Daredevil when the TV Daredevil came out. I want to see like a flexible material. If you have to dye it, whatever, like, some sort of stretch. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, stretch material under the arms in like a V. Okay, so you've got that leather pleather material. Give me something that stretches underneath here that I can move the freaking arm, without it like getting to here and you're done. You know what I mean?
I agree. I
don't care if it's not authentic. You know what I mean? I just want to be able to move the stupid thing.
I'm right there with you, man. That's why I'm like, I'm all for more dynamic posing. I'm okay sacrificing a little bit of screen accuracy for that, but that's
because especially under there, if you do it well, anybody who wants to keep it in a museum pose and put it on the shelf is going to be fine with it. In terms
they're
of
not going to see it.
It's not authentic. They got this mesh or whatever, or this elastic or whatever, but like you can't move the thing. It's ridiculous. You got Daredevil and he can't even do what Daredevil does.
I know. I will say everything
with this sculpt, for God's sake. I mean, how many times are we going to get this same exact sculpt? The man's aged. This wasn't even great to begin with. I don't think it was good.
No, it was fine for the time when Winter Soldier came out, which was when this sculpt came out.
Mm-hmm.
This was like one of Hot Toys' better ones at that time, because they weren't as good as they are now.
Right.
Now they're like doing this uncanny valley stuff, which we just saw with Hawkeye, I think is like almost movie perfect.
And another one upcoming. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this looks like I don't know.
Somebody said who said that? I can't read it. I'm wondering the same thing. I'm wondering if they just plug this on here to get these shots out. And
I'm thinking that
something else.
Did you guys?
I haven't seen a post from JD there from Hot Toys posting a new sculpt paint or anything like that. So I don't. Have you?
No, I don't think he would do it if they were reissuing the same sculpt either.
Right.
But
maybe that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Did you guys see the possible leaked photo of another Captain America? Which that head sculpt, it definitely was a head sculpt. It definitely was not a photograph.
I should have popped that in here.
Yeah, it looked like
on
the money, exactly the head I would want for this figure.
Yeah.
And if they did that, that would be the one thing that would get me to add a 6th Captain America to my case.
Yeah. Yeah, it's annoying. But I don't know. I got a feeling. I can't imagine that they're gonna try. I mean, we got another figure coming up. I mean, I don't want to. Not that anybody's seen it, but just in terms of discussion wise, that is a completely new sculpt. And I think they've done that for just about everybody. I don't know why they're stuck on this sculpt and just won't move past it. It wasn't the greatest thing that they've ever done. So I don't know. The extra accessories are not shown. We won't spoil those here, but should be interesting.
Well, I mean, one of the extra accessories could be an accurate head.
Yeah, true enough. A new head. Oh yeah. So this material, yeah, the material on the legs, I didn't even realize it didn't even look like that in the first shot. That's the same material you're talking about?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
looks so inflexible, but it's flexible.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very flexible. I mean, I can bust out the Infinity War cap. He can pose pretty well.
I freaking love this quote on this chainmail look armor anyway. I love it. This is all I've wanted from my Captain America.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I really want this everything from the neck down, suit wise, but if the neck up doesn't change, there's no reason. Like just this chest piece isn't enough for me to upgrade.
Right for you, yeah. I can understand that totally. And somebody said that this I'd never seen this comparison before, but somebody said had a picture of a camel spitting basically.
It looks exactly like a camel. I hate.
I'd never noticed it. And
this head with the faceplates changing for Captain America that they've done has bothered me since day one, since Civil War, because it's slightly stretched height wise anyway. So the standard mouth has always bothered me. And the fact that they're reusing it for this made me really dislike this figure a little bit more. But this face is not helping because it's so ridiculous. I laughed when I saw it.
And again, like, what would be, and they're reusing these, right? They're reusing these.
Not this piece.
Camel face.
Oh no,
no, that's brand new.
Yeah.
Oh! I thought that had come before because somebody was alluding to like this.
Yeah, this was someone's good idea.
Yeah. Okay. So the idea of giving him a new mouth plate for this movie is a good idea,
right,
but not this. Not this mouth.
So many other expressions that they could have had.
Now, I don't think that the two that they have are good. I say go back to the starting well and fix them, and then yeah.
So, not having bought a cap since First Avenger, 274. Is that because of the
unannounced accessories, maybe?
Place and those extras accessories shouldn't add up to 274.
It's the price point of the DX Hawkeye, so I'm hoping that there's a bunch of stuff we haven't seen. I mean, who knows how many accessories are gonna?
No, I guess so. It's the DX Hawkeye is $10 less, right? It's about the same.
No, it's $274 for the
was
DX.
It?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah, it was $230. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I just pre-ordered them earlier.
I don't know. I just think I guess these prices are creeping up on me now. I haven't really paid attention to them in a while, and I'm like, holy fuck, what the hell is going on?
Once the price of a standard goes over 300, it's going to price me out of collecting Hot Toys. I can't do it.
Well, I got to tell you, not to make a comparison, but that's how I stopped smoking. Back when I was a teenager, when I was like, when it gets to $2 a pack or $2.50, I don't remember what the hell my limit was. I'm like, I'm done.
Jesus, how long ago was that? $2.50 a pack?
Okay.
You're the one who said it.
Yeah. I know. What are they, like $7, $8 a pack now or something?
I think they're 10 something now. I don't.
Holy shit, man.
At least in New York, I think.
Very expensive to get cancer these days. Yeah, but anyway, you set a limit, and then like that's it, man. I can't do this habit anymore.
Yeah,
and you're right. I mean, $300 just for a standard figure is going to be. That's going to hurt, man.
I think technically speaking, we are. So there's at least two additional accessories, I guess. Yeah. But we are. What we just saw Hawkeye at $243 for the regular, so we're still $50-$60 off from the $300 cap for me. So there's some room to grow, at least in that terms, I hope.
I think that's 2 or 3 years, maybe tops of room to grow.
Man, that mouth looks even worse here.
Ooh, a lot of the not blurred part was from a promo pic, and someone on the one side.
They're talking about that leak of the possible leak of the other cap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine I'm gonna be posing this much with the helmet off anyway. But
yeah, but the helmet looks bad too. Actually,
I don't love the lower face. That's a faceplate.
That's a faceplate. That's the elongated faceplate. So if I put up
that's bad lighting there. That's really terrible lighting. That's some of the worst lighting I've seen on these promos.
But also his eyes look like he's kind of squinting, like a little looking off into the distance. Like nothing about this head sculpt has ever worked for me.
Here. I think that really might be lighting. I mean, I know that's the default defense, but that lighting is just
No, the
horrendous.
lighting's not good, but I mean, TJ, you have this head sculpt. I have this head sculpt. I mean, it's not a good head sculpt.
So the helmet head sculpt is a reuse.
Yeah, except for that one mouth plate, which is brand new. The camel
yes.
one. Everything else is reused.
Oh well, still gonna probably have to have it. We'll get into that later. This thing looks great to me. Like great. This I don't. Again, I'm not up on all these. I've looked at them. I haven't like studied them to great depth. But to me, this is the best Scarlett Johansson sculpt they've done so far.
Oh, hands down.
Oh, okay.
1000%. I when a couple of pictures of that magazine that they were giving out, or whatever show that they were doing, kind of went out there. There was like a weird side picture. It was the very first picture of this figure that went out, and it looked like a man. I'm like, what is that Black Widow? And then someone posted a picture of it on the display case. I'm like, okay, now that looks good. And then later on that night, these came out. I'm like, wow, that was like 100% like 180 on that figure today, because it went from looking nothing like her to looking the most like her I've ever seen.
Yeah. This
I might actually get a Black Widow because this figure looks so good.
Yeah. I didn't realize all the rings in her ears. I didn't even notice that in the movie.
No, did I.
Well, she had her hair down. Oh, spoiler. A little bit.
Son of a bitch.
But yeah, I mean, that's amazing.
So when I first saw the pictures for this, I assumed that they were going to be pulling some Asmus kind of style stuff where it was going to be sculpted here, and then this was going to be rooted, just the ponytail.
Not hot.
Yeah, I don't know. I really kind of hoped it, but that's like a really weird sculpted braid thing.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame that her hair just isn't pulled back or short and swept. I don't know. I mean, again, this does not lend itself to rooted hair. And I do have some stuff later on for the Ultimate Avengers team that's showing the other ones, but for tight cropped hair, pulled back hair like this, it's perfect. It works well. Don't love the ponytail, but at least it's going to be easier to deal with than a long sculpted hair, which is
it's way better than their rooted hairs that they've done for her recently. Like the Infinity War rooted hair looked bad. The one from Age of Ultron, that was one of the worst.
Yeah, was that the wavy one?
Yeah.
Okay, I had that coming up later on when we talk about Black Widow and like the best Black Widow, but I kind of like that one, but we'll get into it later. But I like rooted hair. I mean, I know it's a big pain in the ass, and sometimes it can look really terrible. It's gotten better as it's going along, but I agree the Infinity War one, not good.
I mean, I've seen some people do some great stuff with it after like a lot of styling and stuff like that. Sure.
Yeah.
Out of the box. Yeah.
All right. This is killing me though. And I don't have it. I don't know why I didn't sync this up with a picture of it. I think it's coming up next. We'll just linger on this for a minute though. But her boots are like a hard plastic, and there's no ankle pivot.
They do that a lot.
You got what's that?
They do that a lot.
It's
frustrating.
It's just for characters who are, martial artists, like your Deadpool or your Daredevil and your Black Widow and, whatever. Like you gotta work that out, man. It's either got to be a flexible material or I'm okay with the way Asmus has done it on a couple things where it's two different pieces.
Daredevil's was two separate pieces.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, you brought up that as a reference, and I'm like, well, they did it right with Daredevil because it's two.
Oh, okay, my mistake. I don't own him, so I don't know. But I thought he had molded boots too.
No, it's the exact same thing that Asmus does, where it's like the shin piece kind of slides up and down.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Just do that, or give me some sort of flexible. Here it is. Like you got to pose them with on the side of their foot. It looks ridiculous. Yep.
It does look ridiculous.
I mean, that's a ridiculous pose anyway, but that just looks made even more worse by that ankle non-movement. Terrible.
I like the red lighting under her arm.
Aren't thick, heavy. They don't have a lot of detail on them. There's no reason those couldn't be a little softer and move.
Now, something that was brought to my attention yesterday, I think. Do you guys notice that her suit, it looks like they just took the Wasp suit and then just dyed it all black?
Oh no, really?
It looks like it. I mean, the ab section and everything, it has the same lines and all the same kind of curvature. I mean, it's obviously is different because the Wasp, it's a full body containment suit, but the texture patterning on it
Interesting.
looks very similar, which I kind of like because it kind of keeps it all unified universe kind of deal, even though they're supposed to be designed by two entirely different people.
Yeah, that's true. The Wasp isn't like on the Avengers clothing line yet. She's not
a Tony Stark creation. She's a Hank Pym creation.
Is it Tony Stark? I always want what's her name from the oh Christ. What's the Disney movie?
I don't know where you're pulling stuff from.
Never mind. The costume designer for the
Edna Mode.
Incredibles. The Incredibles.
Edna Mode.
Yeah. That's what I picture for the Avengers.
Okay.
235. This is reasonable. 235 for this is reasonable. She doesn't come with a lot, but
she comes with batons, a staff, 2 guns. She comes with more stuff than a lot of characters come with.
All right. Wait, don't the batons go together into a staff?
Oh, do they? Maybe they do. Probably. I don't know. Daredevil came with the baton separate and then a full staff piece. So I just assumed it was like that.
Not a lot going on here, but it looks great.
Do you think that those batons fit into her backpack? Because it doesn't look like they're small enough to fit.
The Infinity War one, they came with shorter batons.
Okay.
Yeah. Or Civil War, one of those.
What's going on here? Sorry about that. All right, moving on from Endgame. Flash Gordon, Ming the Merciless from Tom's favorite place, Big Chief Studios.
These look fine. I mean, again, I don't trust Big Chief's end result, but these look good.
Yeah. It's weird with Big Chief. Like, I've done reviews on their stuff. I've talked to these guys, and their stuff looks better in person, but I don't think they're doing it any justice with some of these pictures. But this is preliminary stuff. This is the only pictures that are out there yet. I did talk to them today, and don't even have a price on it yet or when it's going to be released. It's going on pre-order in May. The 40th anniversary of I would have thought it was older than that. I don't know why. It was 1980. Now Ming looks freaking great, and I just flew by it. Sorry about that. I'll go back to him. Yeah, that looks pretty damn good.
It does.
I'm digging that. I was never a huge fan of this movie. I mean, the soundtrack's great. It was fun at the time, but it is totally campy.
Oh, totally.
But damn, Ming looks good, man.
He does look like he has the Jaime Lannister gold hand that's like unmovable. Like,
yes, he does.
Like tiny. I don't know. It looks like little doll hands. He's a little doll, but
like this. It's got kind of the thumb is like that. Yeah. But again, it could be a bad picture. I don't know. I hope they get the clothing right on this. That's another thing they're hit and miss on sometimes. But this looks great. I don't know why I'd order just Ming and not Flash, but I don't know.
Trevor, we gotta order both. Obviously, you can't just get just the villain and not the hero.
Yeah, just for pictures, I like him, man. I just like Ming.
I get that.
That's great.
We do have a question from the chat. Lenny wanted to know, and you might know the answer to this. I'm probably going to butcher this name. Inigo? Did Inigo sculpt these?
I think he did.
He might have. That's an excellent question. Ming looks like something that he could have done. Flash, I don't know. It looks. I'm not big on the Flash sculpt, so I don't know if. I'm just going to go back and just show the magic here because why not? It's a possibility. I don't know. The mouth area to me doesn't look like an Inigo thing.
The mouth? How can you see that? Picture is so blurry. I can't even tell.
Well, I'm just looking at the shape of it. It just doesn't look true enough. I don't know. It's possible. If anybody knows, let us know. Lenny's coming with the knowledge again. Maybe he's right.
Well, Lenny's the one who asked, so I think he was trying to ask us for the knowledge.
Well, I'm assuming you brought it up because he's seen it somewhere. I did not see Inigo's post that he had done these. He usually posts up that he's done something but he's done Sherlock in the past. But they mix it up. Like he did. I just reviewed the Abominable Bride. He did the Sherlock, and some other guy did Watson. So, and it kind of shows because they're kind of the scale's different, which is weird. It's a little off. I would say if you're going to do a team like this, just have the same person do all the sculpts. It's possible though. Probable.
Gotcha. But you said that you pre-ordered. Oh, you're going to pre-order him, just Ming, because it said pre-order not until May. So I was
it's in May. I have not pre-ordered anything yet, so we'll see.
Can I tell you now that you're seemingly skipping by these pictures of Hellboy?
I was trying not to, but I'm losing control.
Oh, I was totally 100% on board to order this figure when they dropped until they showed it was a seamless body. And then I was like, nope, goodbye.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of breakdown?
Yeah. All that paint's going to chip off. It'll break down. It's not going to... Why? I'm going to have him with the jacket on the whole time. Why even bother do the seamless body? I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can see a lot of people wanting to pose him without the clothing on, the shirt on anyway,
Yeah, I guess not me though. I don't know.
I could have dealt with joints like a Hulk. That's fine with me. I didn't realize it was seamless.
Just up here, right? So you're just still talking seamless arms. I just don't want. I want a seam in the elbows.
Yeah,
and on the shoulders.
I didn't realize that. That's a good call. I didn't see that in
like the second they released these. Is actually funny enough, since this is jumping to 6-inch for just a second, but when Mezco showed off their Hellboy, I'm like, wow, that looks really good. I'm not, I wasn't huge into the design for the Hellboy for this movie until I saw that, and then I'm like, okay, a figure of this could actually look really good. Now I'm really excited for Hot Toys, and then Hot Toys released theirs like 3 days later, and the very first picture I saw was him shirtless, seamless.
That's a seamless body right there. The whole chest area is rubber.
Yep. I mean, well, if you go to the picture at the start that you skip by, it shows
there's more of him like
okay.
That.
Yeah, from the neck to the wrists, it's all seamless.
He did the Bond. Yeah, he did do the Bond. Yes, Inigo did Connery. Yeah, which was a great sculpt. I think the paint let it down a little bit, but it was good sculpt. This belt looks. I mean, the accessories look great.
Yeah, everything about this, like, I love everything except for the seamless. I do want to know, though, like, one thing that bothered me a lot with this release specifically is that they showed the flame crown, which I saw that you have right there.
How it attaches.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't Photoshop the prototype pics. I want to know what I'm getting.
That's interesting.
I just want to know what I'm getting.
Because I was looking at this today as I was putting this together, and I'm like, they don't show how that attaches to the horns. I'm assuming it attaches to the horns. And I'm thinking, are they using some sort of like line, or is there like there's
going to be a plastic
like, oh shit, they photoshopped out whatever the hell it is. Yeah. And I've never seen that on a promo pic before. Like,
well, they've actually done a couple of photoshopping things lately, ever since they brought out some new artists to do some
effects and things like that. But
they shouldn't even be doing that. I don't think, like, for prototype, I want to know what I'm getting. I want to know what I'm going to be spending the money on. When it's like the blogger pics at the end, Photoshop it up. Give me all the kind of craziness. Show me the goodness that this figure could possibly.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to, not the necessarily promo pics. I've never seen in promo pics where they didn't show you exactly how it would look sitting on your shelf. In a nicely lit way. Usually.
Well, when they did the Infinity War Thor, they had Alex Brooks took some pictures, and he had some Photoshop lightning effects going to the armor, and I'm like, I love Alex's work, but I don't think that should be in the prototype pictures. No. Because I don't want to, like, that's the whole thing where, when you're watching commercials for kids with toys, and they're like, toys don't actually move on their own, and like tiny little script in the bottom. Like, where's the line down here that says crown doesn't actually float on its own, kind of thing?
Exactly. Well, it should have come on that goddamn Evel Knievel back in the day, man. That fucking thing just never did anything. That was the worst. No, it's an old reference, but Okay. He used to crank up this Evil Knievel, and he was supposed to jump over cars, and he never did anything. He just fell on his face. Anyway, Saturday morning. TJ, something you're interested in, or not a Hellboy fan, or
I like the original movies. I'll probably watch this new one. It's just not going in the collection.
no? Have you seen
It's
the movie?
12% Rotten Tomatoes.
What? What?
Trevor wants to know if you saw the movie or plan on seeing the movie. I think, right?
I plan to see it when it's like free on like Netflix.
What was your question, Tom?
Mine was it wasn't a question. It was more when you said like, "Are you planning on getting this?" I'm like, with its 12% Rotten Tomato score, like, who's really going to be jumping to go see this? However, I do want to go see it. I will probably see it before it leaves theaters because
me too.
I love the Hellboy comics. Like, I'm a huge Hellboy. I don't think any of the movies have done him well.
No,
I do have I like the Guillermo del Toro stuff, and I think that if they're going to do the same kind of treatment with them, which the trailers kind of show, it's kind of like slight humor, slight whatever. They should have just done Guillermo del Toro's third one, instead of doing a whole reboot. But I don't know.
I would have liked to see it done in the style of the comics a little bit more of a take like 300 or Sin City.
Sin City, yeah, Sin City was like panel for panel.
Try to do that. I mean, that wasn't it was. They did some shots panel for panel, but obviously they weren't doing the contrast that Frank Miller did there. But they tried. I mean, it was close.
They did some scenes. They definitely did, and it was kind of amazing when it happened.
They did, yeah.
Like there were some shots of like, I forget which character it was in like a cell, and it was just like stark white with just completely silhouette, and I'm like, seeing that happen in the movies, it blew me away. I'm like,
I love that movie, man. Why do we never get figures from that?
We got NECA figures.
Yeah. I want Hot Toys figures. That was a great movie. Both of them. I love both of them.
Imagine a little kind of creepy. His name is Kevin. What's the guy who was Frodo?
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine him with like his little like dagger fingers, like all creepy?
That yellow bastard.
Oh, the yellow bastard! It's so good.
Great. So yeah, that is annoying. The flame crown. I'd love to know.
So you see before we go away, you see the seamless body now.
I do. Yes. Yeah. It's there too. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't pick up on that when I looked at it before, but yeah, that's
because man, I want a Hellboy really badly, but it's unfortunately not going to be this one. And I really thought it was.
I don't think they can win with this. You know what I mean? Because I think if you did joints, people are going to bitch.
A lot of people don't like Drax, and I get why, because the body type isn't as bulky or whatnot. But you know what's not a problem with Drax? The joints. I think it's fine. I think he looks great. I enjoy taking pictures of him and posing him. He's posed out like all crazy with like his blades up like this because I can't.
Never going to want to do with this. You're never going to want to do that. This is going to be a museum pose, and you better have it like hydrated.
Yeah, you'll never have that sword on the shoulder picture like they have him there.
Not for a long time.
Not even once, man. Because you bend that back and it's going to be all white right in here and things are going to flake. And
that's true. I mean, I don't know. I mean, can they mold this in that color and this could be dyed all the way through that you're not going to lose?
They can mold it in red, but Hot Toys, they still like Thor's arms are molded in that color, but they still add the pores and the skin texture on top and paint. Mm-hmm. And that's what's flaking off on one of my Thors, which I never even bent that much.
That's right. We talked about that.
Yeah. No, I know. I've suffered too much damage to put my faith in Hot Toys anymore.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Seamless.
Yeah, I would go with joints. I mean, there's, I love the realistic look. Obviously, we photographed them too, the three of us, and it'd be great. But I could live with Jim joints. It's fine.
Yep.
$266 seems like a reasonable price for this, though. I gotta say. I mean, I don't know if they're anticipating the movie not being well received when they came out with this, but
I really thought this was going to go the way of the Valerian figures they showed off at Comic-Con, where as soon as the movie came out and it bombed, they're like, "Well, we never actually made those. Forget that you saw them."
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
I think there's enough reverence for Hellboy as a character, though, outside of the films, that this.
I think so too.
I know a lot of people that aren't planning on seeing the movie still planning on getting this figure. So
I know a couple people that would just, you could slap Hellboy on anything and they'll pick it up.
Yep, same here.
which is fine. That's your thing.
Yeah, totally.
All right, so this is going to be interesting. Star Race. You know, they're hit and miss too a little bit with like Big Chief is. This is an interesting take because I love samurai stuff. I have all those Bandai Star Wars samurai figures. Love those things. I actually just, maybe we'll talk about it in pickups next time, but I picked up that dark samurai 1/6 figure that looks kind of a Darth Vader looking samurai thing that was ordered like 2 years ago and is finally coming out. So I love this stuff, but this is, I don't know, there's something about this, and I'm going to let you guys weigh in on it because I think I know what I feel about it. But so there's two versions of it. There's the Ninja and the War. The Ninja, I just think, doesn't have the plate, the head plate, neck armor, and a couple other accessories or something like that. And I think it just has one sculpt as opposed to two sculpts. What do we think upon
TJ? Any thoughts on this guy?
It's a no. It's just not part of any collection I would be interested in like having.
But if it wasn't a collection thing, just in the look of it, like, is it?
That's also a no.
All right.
So, Trevor, I'm like you. I have a lot of the movie realization Star Wars figures. I have Ronin Wolverine from Mezco. I'm huge into just samurai look and Ronin and stuff like that. Exactly what you said. There's something with this armor that I just don't like. I think the other version without all the stuff on it looks better. I think the armor just looks too puffed in a way. And I don't know. It looks like when I first saw it, and forgive me if anyone from Star Race is watching this. When I first saw it, I thought this was like a custom. Someone kind of just slapped some stuff together and put that up there until I saw that it was actually called Batman Ninja. And I'm like, well, if they're actually using the term Batman in there, it must actually be licensed.
Yeah.
Still surprised me. So that I think kind of says how I feel about it.
Yeah, it surprised me. I'm gonna have to ask like how they even have I mean, I know they have some DC ties, but maybe they have DC that's not like canon or movie or.
Well, this is a movie. This is the animated movie.
Is this based on that though?
Yeah. This is the armor from the animated anime.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah. So this is the same as the SH Figure Arts that.
Yes.
Oh,
and the Figma as well.
I'm gonna have to look at them side by side because I didn't realize that. Okay.
I'm pretty positive that's what it's supposed to be.
I thought that was a little more stylized than this, but I could be wrong. Just, I mean, I'm surprised because I'm in looking at it like, yeah, I used to remember the name of all these pieces too, but the neck armor, it goes around the back of the helmet, just looks like it's kind of stuck on there.
Yeah. Oh,
the whole helmet to me doesn't feel ninja.
No.
Doesn't have the look of it. I think the horns, the ears could be smaller, and I don't know.
Well, this is you said ninja. I know it's Batman Ninja, but this is definitely the samurai.
This is the samurai version. They're calling it the war, version. The ninja is the less armored version. But
do you have pictures of that one here? Because I actually like that one slightly better, but yeah. You get both. Do you get both when you buy the war? Because it looks like it just clips on, but I don't know.
I think so. This is the ninja version, so it doesn't like have the shoulder armor, the upper arm armor. It's just very stripped down.
It looks so much better, I think.
It looks better, but it doesn't look. It looks like basically kind of like if you took Batman and you made him look vaguely Japanese.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, in terms of it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't strike me as being authentically designed armor. And then I hate the green eyes. Not loving that.
Yeah,
would have rather seen white or eyes. Something.
Yeah, the white. I think white is the classic Batman
the whole
eyes.
Helmet just looks like you took a modern, aerodynamic thing. Even this chin piece, that looks nothing like that. Should be a strap or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed.
Ninja, this should be a strap. And if you had to have a little chin piece, like a little piece of metal or something like that.
The thing I like
it looks authentic.
Yeah, the thing I like with the Tamashii Nations movie realization stuff is that they understand that when you're doing a design of the Star Wars characters in like ninja/samurai, it's all about taking the technology of the time, which isn't much. It's really like a lot of intricate. These things are tied to this. That's tied to this. It's a piece laying over something like that.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to mold a cowl like this. But if you watch
Correct.
the animated movie,
Stuff out of leather, and yeah, exactly.
the animated movie though, kind of like he time travels, so it's his mask from present day that I don't know how they change it. Even
is that the deal? I heard it was so bad I haven't even watched it.
I don't think it was bad. I actually kind of like it, but I like it in the way that it was whoever wrote it was like, okay, everything that's anime, let's slam it into this one movie and have Batman in it. Everything, giant mechs, ninjas, warriors, buildings turning into robots, like everything. And I'm like, okay, I'm sold. Yeah,
I don't like that mecha stuff messing with my samurais and my ninjas.
Yeah, well then don't watch that movie.
I like classic period ninjas. That's what I want in samurai. That's what I want. Yeah, and the other thing about this is it's way too clean. It's so clean. It's like he just came through a car wash or something. It's like ridiculously clean. Dirty this up, Star Race. Dirty it up. Because I don't want to have to do that. I mean, do I have a price on here? I don't think there. Oh yeah, I do have a price on here. I think $239 and $268.
That's too much.
Approaching $300 for that, and like I gotta make this look weathered. And no. Sorry.
Do we know if there's a wire throughout that cape?
No idea. Didn't I could look that up, but I mean, it looks like unless somebody stylized those for the shot, which
I think it's just stylized.
They went to that trouble and didn't light it well.
Yeah.
I doubt it, but I don't know if it's just hanging that way because that one little piece is like sitting on the ground somehow, but maybe. I don't know.
I'm just trying to think of like, again, I have this thing where if you're going to charge the price that Hot Toys charges, you have to try to come close to the quality. And this, like, it really looks like a DC Direct kind of like someone's like, hey, let's try jumping into the 1/6 group, and then like kind of just making a.
Here's the thing with that, like, this is the thing with those things, like, and I totally agree with you. And a lot of these companies, like Asmus, makes it happen. I mean, you just bought Thorn for $180 and Gimli for $180. I mean,
I honestly don't know how those came out of that
insane price for those things. I don't know how they're making money on that, quite frankly. But they are. And
is Star Ace a US company?
No, they're Hong Kong based, I think. I think the difference might be, though, and I've said this in a couple of reviews, is the licensing fees for whatever you're doing. I mean, DC's licensing fees have got to be not Marvel astronomical, but I think more so than a movie that hasn't been in the theaters for how long has Lord of the Rings been out of the theaters? 8 years, 9 years?
No, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King came out when I was in college, so that was 15 years ago.
Oh, for fuck's sake, really?
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, well, I'm
that's not the Hobbit.
I'm thinking about the Hobbit, but you know.
Okay. But the Hobbit was like 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Yeah, it was still a long time ago. But like, I don't think people are clamoring as much for those licenses anymore. I mean, yes, they're still popular. That people still love those movies, but DC's still, I mean, Batman's hot as shit, So I mean, the licensing fees are gonna be expensive for this kind of thing, I think.
So for the DC stuff specifically, when Suicide Squad came out, and I'm just thinking back to during that time, Hot Toys pricing, Marvel figures were around the $220 to $230, but the DC figures for Suicide Squad were around $240 to $250.
Really?
So their licensing must be, like you said, a little bit more where they're just charging, because all the DC stuff was much more expensive comparatively.
Well, and that's Suicide Squad too. I mean, think about that. I wasn't even you think about Batman. Oh, you want to do a Batman figure? Yeah, you're going to pay through the nose for a Batman figure because you could just slap Batman on anything and people will buy it.
Joker too. I mean,
Joker too.
Those are what those figures were.
And Superman to that degree. So yeah, I mean, and I'm sure DC is trying to make up for their lack of box office too. So.
Not anymore, man. I mean, well, maybe, but I like the two latest DC movies. Those are good.
Yep. Hopefully.
Speaking of which, when are we going to see the Shazam figure? Do we think that was actually an April Fool's joke or what?
No, I think they're coming out with that.
Do you think they're going to save it till like Comic-Con time, or
it's weird, right? Like they're coming out with all this Endgame stuff, and it's like they're almost gun shy of DC.
I know, because I got to be honest with you. After seeing Shazam, loving Shazam. I am ready to pre-order that figure.
Really?
But yeah, I think I want to see it first. I want to see it because like I just saw
That sculpt could be. I mean, nobody has hit that yet. I mean, he's got an interesting face.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the Mafex one that just went up the other day, that was.
Yeah.
I saw the nightmares he dreams about in those eyes, and I'm like, oh god.
Exactly. If anybody can do that justice, it's Hot Toys though. So especially lately. I mean, again, they probably have scans of his face anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, lately, unless they want to keep going back to the well for Captain America.
Correct. Yeah. No, you can't possibly get Chris Evans to pose for a 3D sculpt. God forbid. Yeah, so I don't know, Star Race. I want to go back to the well on this one, and then up close.
It's lacking detail.
So much detail.
If you told me that was a 5.5-inch figure, I would believe you.
Correct. Right. Exactly. That it looks like that. What was the term? Staccatic or I've never been able to pronounce that. The scatter printing that SH Figure Arts does.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. It does. It looks like they just blew up the Figma or the SH Figure Arts one, and that was it. They're like, okay, done. Add some cloth to them.
Yeah, not digging it. I would love to dig it. I would love to buy that. All right. So now this.
Wait a second. What is this?
Okay. So TJ, you've seen this, right?
Yeah.
So this has been making the rounds for like 3 months now. They've been teasing this, and the first time I saw the sculpt, and it was a different paint job, and this is Yellum. This is like a great painter. I'm gonna have her do you're gonna laugh, but my next Mad Max, she's gonna be doing that. But it's gonna be the definitive one. I'm done after that. I'm done.
Sure. You're gonna be working on a definitive Mad Max until you're like 6 feet under. Okay,
married with that thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, she did this, and I'm not as thrilled with the sculpt now. So anyway, I think this is a first out of the gate try for this custom company, which I'm really surprised. They're being so vocal about flaunting a license like this. Now this is a very limited run of 20 figures. Okay. So let's take a closer look at this. This is all custom. It's a custom.
I kind of don't want you to.
What's that?
I kind of don't want to.
Why?
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks good. As you said,
I don't think it looks good either. I'm with you, man. Like I think the sculpt had its moments when it looked really good at certain angles. I don't think she did this justice. And man, when I tell you, like, I hate that this is maybe your first glimpse of a Yell. You got to go look at Yellen on Instagram, because amazing. But this is not the best.
Even the clothing though looks like
it wasn't
fit for him. I don't know.
Okay, exactly. So first of all, somebody said that they based this on. This is somebody's guess. They based this on his Muppet Show appearance.
It looks like it,
and a lot lighter than the actual suit was. I mean, I don't think the stitching is that great. I got some close-ups of that here, I think. It's very bulky. I mean, like, I have Yunsel stuff, and you have Yunsel stuff. You have Iris stuff, TJ, and the stitching is not, I don't know. It doesn't look bad here. There's a couple places, though, that it just looks really, really bulky and weird.
That would look, that jacket would look amazing on like a Freddie Mercury custom.
I agree with that, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the good part of this is it's coming with Robbie, TJ, right?
No.
Does the glasses and things like that for some of the customs?
Doggy Doc? No.
No. Before Doggy Doc, no. Robbie does metal stuff. He's kind of a set designer in his real life, but he does some amazing shit, like watches that are full metal, incredible shit. So he's doing the weapons for this. Gun looks great. Belt looks great. It looks great. But look at that stitching. The stitching's bulky. All right, I'm setting this all up, Tom, for you to fall out of your fucking chair. You ready for it?
I don't want to know the price. I don't.
I'm telling you the price. There's 20 of them, right? 20 of them being made.
Lenny actually said that there's 21 of them being made.
Oh, why? You got the 21st?
I don't know.
Lenny. Okay, I don't. Maybe Lenny has something to do with this. Hey, Lenny, are you making the lightsabers for this? I'm not trying to make fun of this because, like, it's nice. It's nice, but let's take a look at. This is my problem with this. $2,500.
Shut down the 6 scale community. Go home, everyone. You all nuts. You all lost your goddamn minds,
dude. I've been in the forum for the DX Luke, Bestman Luke, and like people are bringing this up, like, oh, look at this, and there's a couple people were like, yo, I hope I can get one. I'm like, I hope I can get one. Holy shit, man, really, for real? Like, I would love to have that kind of money. Like, I don't personally. I don't think the clothing's as good as the Hot Toys DX. I mean,
I don't think anything about this looks good. I mean, maybe the weapons.
Sculpt is almost there. I think the paint on the eyes killed this because I think it's a really good sculpt, but $2,500 is nuts. But $100 includes possibly one of Lenny's lightsabers, which are very nice. So Lenny,
you said, "Oh, I might be." Oh, ... I might be, which makes me think that he's just playing coy.
I'm not putting it down, Lenny. I mean, you're gonna sell. I mean, you're gonna get your money because 21 of these will be sold. I'm sure. Somebody,
guaranteed. And those 21 people are all insane. So,
well, okay, but I mean, somebody said, "Listen, I just have to have one good Luke on my shelf." I'm like, "Oh, okay. I guess I mean, that's my feeling about Captain America. But if you put together a Captain America and wanted to sell it to me for $2,500. That's not the Captain America I'm going to have.
All right. Can you tell me what is wrong with the Return of the Jedi Luke that Hot Toys did that people don't like it? Because I think it looks fantastic.
Hot Toys, I think it's just this. I think there's some issues with the sculpt. I think one of them looks good. There's one that he's got like with the deluxe with the mouth open, the teeth grinding looks a little weird.
They both look like a lot like him to me. I mean, more so than this one does.
Nailed his sculpt yet? I don't think anyone's nailed this yet.
I had no problem with the sculpt, but I mean, I'm also not as picky with the sculpt as most people are. But.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You got to get. Yeah, I mean, I'm usually not either. I get caught up in stuff, and I look at it, and then I'm like, yeah, okay, I guess we could do better. But that's chasing the dragon. That's what I'm doing with Mad Max. I've had three Mad Max sculpts so far. But yeah, so I don't know. To me, this is crazy. Tell me I'm wrong. You're
absolutely right.
I haven't spent $2,500 on my Mad Max, and you know how much money I put into that. So I like the V2 and Ego too, Lenny. I have both of I have that one too that Silent Surfer is going to be painting. All right. Before we get too late here, let's move on from.
I'm very glad that you threw a custom in there though, because I mean, I feel like we should start talking about those things because they're out there.
Yeah, I mean, especially the ones that are really getting talked about. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's hard to talk about some of these runs because they're disparate all over the place. You know, somebody's doing the glasses, somebody else is doing the clothing, somebody else is doing the sculpt. I mean, we'll do a show about costumes and really get into some of the stuff that goes on there. But so this sprung from my need for someone to tell me what the best Thor and a couple other figures are, basically, because I really now want to have an Avengers team on my shelf, which I just don't have. And you guys do. So you're going to help me out here. So we're going to start with Cap.
Are you going to like show all of the different caps throughout time?
Just no. So I went through and I picked so I'm looking for the definitive one. So I don't want the stealth. I don't want the
stealth is one of the best looking suits. I think I like that suit a lot.
Really? But is it definitive?
What do you mean by define definitive to you?
Okay, I had it in here to begin with, and I took it out because there's no red, white, and blue. There's no red stripes, white stripes.
Right.
Okay, I mean, the uniform could be great. What I'm looking for, this was the premise, and it's my premise, is the definitive figures on the shelf together to say anybody could look at that and go, that's Captain America. You know what I mean?
I mean, I could give you my answer for all of these characters, but I'll hold my tongue.
No, I want to hear. No, I want to hear that. That's what we're getting at. So I own this one. I love this one. It's obviously rooted in, the past and World War II.
You have not the Winter Soldier version, though, right?
No. I have the first Avenger version.
Okay.
But the Winter Soldier, I know there's a little difference between the two. But
I like the first one better. The one that you have, I like
Yeah.
personally better.
Okay. Why is that?
The head sculpt look better on that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Civil War, I threw in here. It's iconic, the red, white, and blue. I mean, I'm looking for the red, white, and blue. The other thing with the stealth one was the shield was like, stealthy gray, didn't have the red, white, and blue shield.
Yep. Which was so bizarre to me that they ended up coming out with that in the production because he never had the blue shield in the movie.
Oh, no?
It was the red, white, and blue shield. In the early concept art that they obviously based the figure on, it was going to be a stealth colored shield.
I was going to say, because I just watched that recently again, and like I'm not paying attention to every detail in it, but I don't remember ever seeing a shield like that.
It was never colored. Also, if you think about it, how would that even happen? There's one of those shields. There's only one vibranium Captain America shield.
Right.
What are they? Paint stripping it, repainting it, sending it out to war, and then when all of a sudden shit hits the fan, Cap is in there with paint thinner. I'm like, shit, I got to make it red again. Like,
I'm sure it's a Stark product. It's probably some sort of Stark printing.
That was way before Tony Stark. That's classic Stark. So
yeah, that's true. So Civil War, nice. This is. Am I wrong, or is this the same head sculpt we're looking at now? Right.
It's the exact same head sculpt.
Yeah, insane. I do like this.
There's two versions of the Civil War, and the helmeted sculpt is different on both.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's the Civil War battling cap version, which comes with the weathered suit and the claws on the shield.
Right.
That head sculpt the helmeted head sculpt is the one from the Winter Soldier stealth suit.
Okay.
So it's not the interchangeable faceplates, but I find that head personally is better accurately done to Cap than the faceplate one.
Gotcha. TJ, which Cap do you have?
I have Civil War battling, First Avenger, Rescue version, concept, and
I love that Rescue version. You got the concept too, huh?
And the Avengers one.
Okay.
First one.
Yeah, so this one's nice. I do like this one. Then we put in Voltron, which not a fan of.
No, why not?
I don't like. I think it looks like a sneaker designer designed this. I don't like the little red splotches all over the place in the joints, and like it seems pointless. It just seems like a designer designed this as opposed to like an.
I mean, a designer did design this, but yeah.
Yes, but somebody not thinking about necessarily like why this is needed to be. You know what I mean? Like I like to think of the Cap's uniform as being utilitarian as well as like it's red, white, and blue. Yes, okay, yeah. But
and that's what the Russos definitely did for when they decided to do the Civil War. They wanted it to be more utilitarian. That's why they got rid of one of the things that I actually like about this. There's two things that I like about this Cap a lot. Okay. One, the white on his shoulders, because that is the one thing I think is missing on the Civil War one. Is that's very comic accurate. Yeah, that's comic. It's always white here for Cap, and
you're right.
So it was nice to see that here for a little bit. I do think it's a little bright. Like when you had the Civil War shot up, they grayed out the white a little bit. I think that would look really nice there. This is very bright. Second thing is if you had a Cap with one of the die-cast shields, and I'm sure TJ can attest to this.
Yeah.
They are a pain in the ass.
You can't touch them, right?
Keep on. They're heavy, so sometimes the hand will just like fall off, and the shield will fall off with it. This shield magnetically attaches because that's part of the movie. He has the magnet that like pulls it up, and I think that's
this the one that flakes like crazy, or no?
No, that's the first Avenger.
Okay. Oh, really? Mine's fine. But I don't touch it.
The Avengers one, not First Avenger.
Oh, okay. The first Avenger movie. Gotcha. Avengers. Yeah. I do not. I didn't even include that one because personally, don't love the look of that at all. The Avengers Cap. Anybody? No.
I like it, but there's things about it that bother me, and there's things about it that I love.
Yeah, I
don't like that. It was the helmet is the thing that bothers me the most is the concept art from that had his ears out. And then when they did the movie, they had them capped, so it kind of looked like he was wearing a sock.
Yeah, it was weird.
And it looked bad. And I feel like if his ears were out like they are in this helmet,
right?
Like usually I have my coffee mug up here, and it has the concept art on it. And with the ears out, it looks so good. It looks so like comic-y.
Yes.
And it was nice to see a design not designed by a Stark, which are all of these.
Mhm.
And that one was a shield design. So it looked very different than all the other cap suits.
Interesting.
It was kind of nice getting a different interpretation.
Gotcha. And finally, I mean, for me, this is what I'm ordering. I love the look of this. I know it doesn't have all the flourishes. I mean, this isn't the greatest picture either. I mean, he's got the red, white, and blue. It's a little more muted. Yeah, you know, when you just brought up the white on the biceps, I didn't really think about that, but yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And you know, he doesn't have. Does he usually have brown gloves? He used to have red, right? At some point.
The Avengers 1 was red, and then they went brown after that.
Yeah, which I don't mind. I mean, the red's a little the top, but
it would look garish with this suit. The brown is definitely more utilitarian. I like it. It works well. I think Ryan Meinerding really knocked the suit design out of the park with Winter Soldier forward. Even prior, I think that they look good for the movies that they were in because they were supposed to be, you know, one was supposed to be World War II, one was designed by somebody else. So it was really interesting, but I think like the new cap suits that we're seeing are just amazing.
Right. So which one of these things do you guys think is the, if you had to pick one as the definitive cap?
TJ?
Gonna go with Endgame cap because of the scale mail.
Yeah.
I would say if it weren't for that helmet, its sculpt with the faceplates, I would go Endgame cap because of the scale mail as well. I would honestly, if I could do some mix of matches, I would say Endgame cap from the neck down, and then take the Winter Soldier helmeted head and stick that on there.
Interesting. Okay. Sabrina will be doing that, I'm sure.
Sabrina is a master at combining multiple figures to make one master figure.
Ultimate figures.
I know. I'm so excited.
Cool concept. I really like it, actually.
Yeah.
All right.
I have this.
Thor. So this, to me, not so much.
I have that one, and he stinks.
Yeah. What I love about it is the dragon armor,
Asgardian battle armor.
Love that. Hate the pants here. It's like, you know, when did you steal those from Han Solo? Don't understand that look at all. I don't know. It looks very militaristic instead of, you know, Asgardian. But and the head sculpt, not great, right?
No.
Yeah.
But this was also, I mean, compare this to Thor 1. This is leaps and bounds better than the Thor 1.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't even include that because it's not even a.
No, that shouldn't even be talked
about. Age of Ultron. So better, good sculpt.
Better sculpt.
Don't love the bare arms because for me, like, I like the classic. This is what I'm trying to get here is for myself anyway, is like, what are those definitive versions of it? I don't care if they don't mix and match, like they weren't in the same movie together. I don't need to have, it's not like Star Wars for me where I need to have like, you know, everybody in the same, you know, it's like if somebody said, oh, Star Wars, I just want to have like one version of new Luke Skywalker and I'll put him on the shelf with, you know, Jedi Luke with Han Solo from A New Hope. And somebody would go like, what do you can't do that. But I think with these things, there's like, you know, a couple of years between them and just picking the best ones is kind of the way I want to go because I don't want to have 14 versions of them.
I'm the exact opposite. I want to buy all the 14 different versions of Marvel. And then for Star Wars, I'm like, I'll just wait for my favorite one and then get that one.
Well, there you go. To each his own. So I like this one. I have a preference, I think, so far, and that's probably this one. And I'm one of the few people, well, that I know anyway, that I really enjoyed The Dark World. I thought
it's a fine movie.
I thought it was a good movie. And I love this outfit, almost soup to nuts. I love the pauldrons on the cape. I love the armor on the arms and the legs.
I never liked this piece in the chest area.
I don't love that. You're right. But it does have the three sort of whatever the hell those shield things are. I love those. And you know, it's got the hammer, Mjolnir.
Have you not seen any of these movies?
I have. I don't, you know, I'm studying the pronunciation of everything.
Okay.
I made up my own word back when I was reading the
Trevor,
comics
just keep
when I was
going.
8 years old.
Just keep going.
So I love this one. I hate that hair. I mean, it's going to be a nightmare, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see getting that rehaired.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, Cleeboy almost agreed with you to a point, and then this is where I agree with Cleeboy. He said, "Yep, Dark World Thor is the best Thor pre Ragnarok," which I agree.
Yeah, but Ragnarok is. I mean, that's. Well, yeah, maybe. But Ragnarok's the gladiator looking one, right?
There's another one from Ragnarok that I personally think, if you're looking for not King Thor, which you have a picture up right now,
Yeah.
Infinity War, the best Thor, not this one, which I'm going to go ahead and say spoiler, this is the best Thor you can get, is the Road Worn Thor.
Oh yeah. But he's also I looked at that. I probably should have put that in for just completionism, but I don't know. That's like it's all. I mean, this is all black too, which I don't really love. I don't love the short hair, which is also the road. The
Road Worn is. It looks a lot like the Age of
long hair.
Here.
I love the look of this when it came out, but
long hair. He has the hair from. It's the same head sculpt from the Dark World.
Yeah.
So it's the long hair, but it's like the suit is. It's very. If you read the comics, this is taken very specifically from a more recent run by. I wanted to say Simone Bianchi, but that's not him that worked on it. I can't remember the name of the artist, but the whole suit is done like in that same style, which it's missing all of the tech stuff that they threw in for the movies, and it's more classic Asgardian Nordic, which I really love about it.
Yeah, that is cool for that. I guess I just looked at it and I thought it was just too dark and too not like classic comic book Thor.
This is,
but it is cool.
I know exactly, but none of them are that classic comic book Thor.
No, not at all. Not. I mean, I was trying to strike something in between, but that is really, I love that. That is really nice. That was one that I came close to ordering when it first came out, and again, I was like, well, why am I just jumping into Thor? Some really, non-standard Thor if I'm going to get into this stuff. So yeah, I don't love. This looks great. I don't love the short-haired Thor. I love the eye patch, but. So out of the Thors, you would say that one, Tom? You think the Road War?
I would say if you're looking for a Thor with the battle armor and whatnot, personally, my favorite Thor, because I have Avengers 1 Thor, Road Worn Thor, and then Infinity War Thor. Out of the 3 Thors I have, Infinity War Thor is leaps and bounds the best Thor I have. He is amazing in person. He looks so good. The sculpt is really nice.
Yeah.
Magnetic eye patch. You get 2 different eye patches that you can put on. Stormbreaker looks awesome. Mm-hmm. But I also have Mjolnir, so I could put Mjolnir in his hand. I could also put the long hair version from Road Worn on this one too. Yeah. So I could mix and match and make a perfect Thor if I wanted.
Yeah.
I like the fact that the cape and stuff comes off, so you could have a caped one. You have the regular arms that you could attach on. It's like it's all modular. But if you're looking for a long-haired classic comic book Thor, Road Worn is my number one.
Really? But does he have the? I mean, he's all black too, right? I mean, there's no.
He's it's black with brown. Okay. It's more. He's supposed to be more muted because it is more Nordic. It's more like he's a Viking.
I love that. Like if that had been the thing with him, I would have loved that. But now I'm looking at it, at least from my eyes, and this isn't all about me, but I did come up with it. So like basically to try and figure out what the hell I was going to get. And for me, I think it's still the Dark World. It looks a little more classic. I love the armor on the arms. TJ, what do you have?
I have Road Worn and Infinity War.
And which out of the 2?
If I were to choose a more classic, definitely look at it and see that Thor, it would be it's a tie between Age of Ultron and the Dark World one with the armored arms.
Okay.
But my favorite is Infinity War.
Okay.
Yeah. Infinity War, I think if you're looking for a Thor, I mean, I know you want the long-haired Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can get the Infinity War armor, though it's all black. It is blacked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But oh man, this is gonna be a tough conversation right here.
Well, I honestly, I was going to consult you guys because I'm out of my element a little bit here, but I did pick what I think were some of the more distinct ones and better ones for different reasons. I mean, I know the Stark sculpt is not as good as the new one, but it was good.
I think it's really good. I almost bought this one myself because I love the Mark. This is the 4. So it is.
Yeah, it was the Mark IV. Yeah.
This is one of my favorites. Plus the whole gantry, if you get the whole setup.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice. I mean, to me, this is a classic.
I agree.
So
I know a lot of people are partial to the 6.
Okay, I do have the 6 in here, and I do love this too. And I love all the battle damage that you can throw on here if you want.
I would say if you made a poll on like a forum, like 6th Republic or something, this would be the armor that wins.
I know this comes up a lot. I know
this
it's
is not
great.
gonna be my choice, but this is
I love the classic. The little Widow's Peak in the helmet here. I'm not I don't love the triangular.
I don't like that. That's one of my major things I don't like about it. I like the circle arc reactor.
Yeah, it's weird. Like it's like you can't find. At least I haven't found. I mean, there's so many of these I don't even know. I do like the kind of the shorts look as opposed to like an upper thigh being gold and stuff like that. But I do like the little touches of silver. This is a nice one.
I'll tell you in our chat currently, the Mark 6 is winning as the
the facto. I don't doubt it. I really like this. I think this is kind of this was a great Iron Man.
It was. I personally I like the 4 better than this one, but I do like this one too. I like them all. I don't know. You're gonna be hard pressed for me to not like an Iron Man armor. Although I hate the 42, 43. Those are the ones I really dislike. Sorry.
I don't love this.
Oh, I like this one.
To me, I like the more broken up armor. I don't like the all red with little touches of gold. I don't know. Again, what I'm looking for personally is classic, reimagined, brought to the screen.
85.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's on here too. Yeah. So, but this is nice.
This one has the little LEDs all over the place, which has got to be a pain in the ass to put batteries in, but like all lit up on your shelf.
That neon thing I will never turn those on. I would just after putting the batteries in that thing and having to take the armor off, put it back on, turn the switches on. No, never happening. Except for a picture, maybe.
That's funny. Do you not have the version from Age of Ultron in here?
I don't,
because I like that one a lot too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have that
version? Do we
the
know
45?
Yeah.
45?
DJ?
Yeah, you have that?
I don't. I only have. So I have 2 versions of the 7, which is my favorite of the classic. If we're talking classic Iron Man armors, which are the Avengers, and then I have the stealth version of it. I have this one coming in like 2 weeks, and then I have the 85 on pre-order.
Yeah, I do like the round repulsor. Somebody saying on the floor that is nice, but I mean, I don't know if there's something out there that's like the perfect combination of. But it may be Endgame.
Yeah, this is the Mark 50, by the way, Trevor.
Oh, is it? Okay, they never put this on here for some reason. I didn't know which one it was. And this is cool. I don't know. Again, it's like it's all red. I don't really love like the boot look on here. I don't know. I know it's a popular one. It's not my favorite.
I like this one a lot. I think I'm super excited to get it in hand. This one, though,
again, this might be it. I mean, Endgame is coming out on top for a lot of stuff, and I love.
You know what's not going to come out on top for is Thor. If they do a figure for that, I don't think that's going to be your de facto Thor.
Spoiler alert!
Isn't that Thor that's not going to be the best figure?
I would buy that actually, but we'll leave that alone. I would actually buy that. But this is really cool too. I think I'm still leaning towards the 6, but I again I don't know what I can get a 6 for at this point. So
What I like about this one is that it has exactly what you're talking about, where it has the classic color scheme, where it's the red body, you have the gold arms, gold legs, just like if you were to take his original appearance in Avengers and sleek it up with modern movie like look. That is exactly this. It's classic and new meshed. And that's why like I wasn't gonna get it until I saw this figure and they released this post. And I'm like, okay, sold.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It might win because I don't know what I don't know that I know the prices of old, older Iron Men are up there. So the 6 is probably expensive. So I may just bite the bullet on this one because I love this.
Yeah, he's only 410, I think, right now too. So that's not bad. Before he sells out and then spikes.
Right. So Black Widow is all over the place here.
This is personally one of my favorites right here.
You love this one.
I love this one, and I like the new one.
I don't love the uniform on this one. I don't love the 2-piece.
Oh, I like it.
Top and bottom. I'm sure for mobility, it's great.
Is it 2 separate pieces?
Isn't it? Or is it stitched together? It just looks like 2 separate pieces.
I think it's just stitched together to look like 2 separate pieces.
Okay, it looked like an upper jacket and a lower.
No, I think it's one bodysuit.
Okay. It just like compared to the newer ones, there's just not as much interest in this one. I think the sculpt is really good on this. I like the hair.
Yeah, me too.
I'm sure that's easy to style and keep in place. So as compared to this one.
That's a nightmare figure, I think.
Yeah, I think this hair is insane. I don't know how they went from that to this, like with this. Oh, wait a minute. Was that first? No.
Winter Soldier was before Age of Ultron.
Right. So like this sculpt, where did this come from?
I don't know. I think the face is fine. It's just the hair always looks like Ronald. It's just too orange. It's bad.
Yeah. It's okay. I just think the hair would be a nightmare to deal with.
Yeah.
It's a good look. This one, holy Christ. This is like
the Farrah Fawcett look.
Jesus. Like, where did that come from?
See, none of these sculpts don't look bad to me.
It's okay, but I think they pale in comparison to the Winter Soldier one. I don't know. It seems to go downhill. I don't know.
I remember thinking this one looked really good. I can't remember like if anyone has this one that I've seen pictures of recently though.
Yeah. This is
that's a nightmare.
Like, I don't know. This doesn't even represent Black Widow. I threw it in there just to talk
They
about.
should have sculpted the hair only because of she needs to have the roots. Like that's what makes it look real in the movie. It's like you get the dark roots. I remember I just had deja vu to having this conversation because we talked about this figure, I think in like the first or second episode. And it was exactly the same thing where it's just like, the rooted hair for this all being one color is what kind of ruined it.
Yeah, I mean, they could have dyed the roots, I suppose, a little bit, but I mean, blonde sculpted hair, I mean, it just doesn't work. For me, I've never seen a blonde figure that has worked with sculpted hair, including the Flash that we just saw. I wish they would. It's very hard. It's very hard to paint blonde hair.
Cleeboy says this looks like a Barbie, and I got to agree with him.
Yeah, it's terrible. This is for me. This is the one for me. I mean, I love the touches of red in here.
Yep.
Just sets it off. I love the armor. I love it. I love everything about this. That's me.
TJ, you've been quiet about this.
Civil War was my favorite, but Endgame is going to top it easily.
Yeah. Civil War looks good too. I do like the classic long hair look, but I think she's got red hair again. Happy with that.
Yeah.
This is Black Widow. I mean, I like this one.
I love this. I think the sculpt looks like money on this. I think the suit looks really nice. The only thing is for me, Winter Soldier is that comic book look where it is just like all sleek black, not a lot going on in the suit, because in the comics it's really just black suit, nothing happening on it except for a little widow belt, and then that's
Didn't she have weren't the wrist gauntlets, weren't they red or gold or something?
No, they're gold. They're gold. Yeah. But other than that, it was just the gold here and then the belts.
And the belt,
it was just black bodysuit, which the Winter Soldier one looked like that to me, and it fits her character more. But this actually marries that in with Avengers in a way that really, really works.
Yeah.
And like we've said numerous times, the sculpt on this is just so good.
Cleeboy and Sabrina said they're both going to be broke from
Endgame. Yeah.
which
I think you guys and a lot of us.
Yeah. It's killing me. All right. So now this is a tough one. In that,
The first
like,
Avengers one is the best one.
yeah, I think so too. Like, we got two to choose from, and this looks fantastic. And
Well, excuse me, Gladiator Hulk is amazing.
No.
I know he's not going to be for your Avengers team, but he's one of my favorite figures. I have.
Like, yes, I was going to bring that up because I think that is the best Hulk. That is the best looking Hulk. But if you're going to put something on the shelf, that is obviously not a definitive Hulk. If you're going to get one Hulk, that's not the one.
No, but he is a statement piece. Like,
see
him and they're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But no, I think the classic Hulk is the best.
This is, I don't know what these shorts,
like workout shorts.
When he changed, I don't remember this.
It was supposed to be, it was Tony Stark designed pants that would grow and shrink with him instead of him just tearing through a janitor's pants in the first Avengers movie.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to go biking, and I don't love that. And this sculpt is horrendous. So the Avengers Hulk, which I think is pretty expensive now, right? Is that
probably?
Yeah,
I have all these, so I don't look at the prices.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything, but Hulk from Endgame, would that be something? No,
I don't need a Hulk wearing clothes.
See, I dig it, man. But yes, that's a problem. You don't want that. That's not definitive. You're right.
No, definitive for me is the torn purple pants.
Yeah,
and you're never going to get better than that because that is the Bill Bixby Hulk. Mm-hmm. That is the Hulk from the comics. It's the Hulk from any cartoon iteration. It's the Hulk I've known all my life. And the fact that they did that for the first Avengers movie, that was an easy purchase for
yeah.
And now on top of it, like for that, now I could be like, okay, let me get a Gladiator Hulk because I want a crazy version of Hulk for my collection. I already have the definitive.
Right.
Let me do some crazy stuff.
Lenny, you're saying 300-400 for the Hulk?
Well, that'd be really good if you could find Avengers Hulk for that price. Because
didn't he start it? He started at 3. So he started more than 300.
No, I think it was 300 when he first came out. And I waited a little bit because I wasn't financially stable, and I got mine for 400.
I can't imagine I'm going to find that for less than $450, $500 at this point. That's again what's killing me because I'm a completist, and if I don't have a Hulk, it's not going to be the same. 300-400, Lenny. All right, well, I'm going to talk to you tomorrow because I got to find one of those for $300 or $400 for sure.
Secondhand, he said. Yeah, well, I would imagine that would have to be that way.
Yeah, actually. All right, kids. We've been taking questions throughout the show, so I don't think we really need to get into Q&A.
Unless people have questions. If you have questions,
yeah, shoot them out. Sure, we can.
Well, Lenny. There was no deluxe for the Avengers 1 Hulk. You're not. Are you just talking about Age of Ultron Hulk, or are you talking about Avengers Hulk? Because I think Trevor's looking for Avengers 1 Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, $400.
Did you just look them up?
Aren't you in New York?
My local one is for $400. Lenny did talk about New York prices of cigarettes earlier, so I'd imagine he's in New York. Yeah.
My local shop has marks everything up to eBay prices right off the bat. It's really, they're annoying. I mean, I'd love to buy from them, but you go in there.
Do that. You're killing retail. Sorry.
Yeah, and Marvel Legends, you go in there and their eBay prices on the hot ones. It's like, just let somebody buy them. If I don't get there first, I don't get there first. You know what I mean? Whatever. It should be $20. Then they have a sale for 20% off, and then it becomes $19.99, which is retail.
Lenny, your question about wasn't there one with the torso? That is the Age of Ultron Deluxe Hulk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so that's the spandex bike shorts.
Yeah, that's the one you don't. And he's also, unfortunately, he's a completely different color, so it's not like you can kind of mix and match. They kind of slightly change, which I really wish they didn't, because I would buy that top piece to attach to my Hulk if it was possible,
right?
If they're the same color, but
right.
Yeah.
Which store is that? I'll have to talk to you afterwards, Lenny.
Who's going to say Endgame again this week? Sabrina, I'm going tomorrow night at 7 IMAX.
Yeah, I'll probably pick a night next week and definitely go. Maybe Sunday or Monday. Can't wait.
TJ, you going to go see it again?
Yeah, probably next weekend.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I can finally watch all those spoiler videos.
Yeah. I mean, I heard that the entire movie leaked as well, so you may even be able to find it out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So
yeah, no, I'm super stoked to see it again. I don't know if I'll go more than twice though, just because of the length of the movie.
yeah, I stopped drinking at 3 p.m. Any kind of liquids, and made it through no problem.
Can I tell you, I had a plan yesterday, and I have to report in that it worked out masterfully. Where I went out last night for dinner with a friend. We were both going to see Avengers at 9 p.m. At 7 p.m., we went out for tacos and margaritas. We drank from 7 to 8.
Uh-oh.
Right? And so I was like, okay, my plan is stop at 8, which gives me an hour for things to process through. 15 minutes before the movie started, I went to the bathroom 3 times in the 15 minutes. I didn't have to go to the bathroom again until like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was golden.
I did the same thing. I think I went twice before I went in there, even though I hadn't had anything to drink since 3 or 4 o'clock. I think I stopped at 4 o'clock. I think I had just had lunch and I had to have something to drink.
Yeah.
But I literally stopped after that. My wife's like, "Hey, you want a bottle of water?" I'm like, "No, I do not want a bottle of water. I don't even want to be tempted by a bottle of water. I do not want to leave the theater for this movie."
I was thinking that the alcohol at 7 was going to help me clear out all the liquid in my body, and it did.
It's going to kick in.
No, it worked out perfectly. I'm telling you, that's why I wanted to report in. It worked out so well.
All right.
Sabrina says she did the same thing.
Yeah, I seriously thought about some catheters, but no. Nothing good.
Yeah, my buddy was talking about diapers, and I'm like, don't you dare sit next to me. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, some dignity with a catheter. I mean, like, diapers is just ridiculous.
Is there dignity with a catheter? I think that's a sentence I had never heard someone ever say before in my life.
Sitting in your own filth.
It's the same kind of thing, because otherwise there's a bag somewhere. Where's the bag?
What's that?
What's the catheter going into?
Leg. Strap
your leg.
Yeah.
They just have a warm spot on your leg?
It's much classier.
Oh, very classy.
All right. Speaking of peeing, I gotta run. A lot of beer. Any more questions we got here?
No, I think everybody's, it's the Endgame high. Everybody's talking about Endgame and going to see it again. And Sabrina's definitely going to go see it again.
I know we can't talk about it yet. Well, maybe the next show, it'll be 2 weeks probably until we do another one. And
we'll be on a whole other thing at that point.
What's that?
I'm sure we'll be on to something completely different at that point. Probably. The way the media cycle works, I know, you got a week before you move on to the next.
Exactly. All right, guys, thanks a lot for joining us again. Again, hopefully we'll get these issues worked out for the live next time, but not too bad. Not too bad. And make sure you subscribe so you get the notices when we're going to be live, and subscribe to the channel. It would help us out. Thanks.
All right.
See you guys.
Yeah.
We still on the live thing?
Yeah.